Alright, welcome to Talking Investing. I'm Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today I want to bring you our daily Bitcoin and Bitcoin miner update, regular edition. So the trading day is about 1 hour from over, so I want to go through what happened today and take a look at the big board. I also want to take a look at the charts and see where we're going from here. And then there's a few stocks I want to look at in specific because there's a few stocks that are running out of control. So if you're new to the channel, we talk about Bitcoin and the miners all the time on this channel. So please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Also, if everybody could please smash the like button. Lastly, if you're interested, you can become a member of the channel by hitting the join button. The join button is right next to the subscribe button on the YouTube page. If you don't see a join button, you should see a link in the description below. Members get a lot of additional perks. They get some members-only content. We have about 20 plus videos that are deep dives that the members picked that are in archive. In addition to that, every Tuesday we do a members-only live stream after the market closes. And on that live stream, the members get to choose a company for me to do a deep dive on. So we have a lot of fun. We've uncovered a lot of exciting stuff there, so we would love to have you join us. Let's talk about Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners. So the trading day is not quite done yet. So the big board I'm going to show you may change a little bit between now and the next 45 minutes. But it's been a very, very sideways day. So you'll see most of the board is in green. There's a few that are in red, but everything that's in red, for the most part, is only down 1 or 2%. So very, very, very sideways. There's really only two stocks today that made a big move. Cypher is up 8.85%, so nearly 9% on the day. So that's a healthy move to the upside. And then DigiHost at the moment is up 24% on the day. We'll see where that closes, but it's been up that much pretty much all day long. So DigiHost we are going to take a separate look at later in this video because their run over the last month is quite spectacular. So beyond that, like I said, you can look for your Bitcoin miner that you're interested in, but it's mostly 1 or 2% moves on the day. A few were a little bit higher than that. So a very neutral day. We've had a couple of neutral days in a row. Volatility has been the theme this year. We just took maybe a 2 or 3 day break here where the volatility has come down a little, understanding that DigiHost still went up 24% today. So even inside of a non-volatile day, we had a massive move on one of these stocks. But in general, things have slowed down a little bit. There's a pause. So what I want to discuss is where do we go from here? Okay, so this is Bitcoin on the 15-minute time frame. So as always, there's an orange line from where Bitcoin was when the equity markets closed yesterday in the United States. So Bitcoin was trading roughly at around $22,943 when the market closed yesterday in the US. Right now, we're at $23,087. You know, at the moment, we're up maybe 0.5%. And you can see that's been most of the last 24 hours have been trading within this 0.5%. So we have not strayed too far from this line. But the other thing you'll notice is, you know, this is a mini line of support. We really did not break below this line. Once we closed yesterday, we had a nice run up. It reversed immediately, tested this line, and then it's just been sideways for pretty much 24 hours. So on the 4-hour time frame, this becomes a little more clear, the pattern that's been occurring lately. So you'll see we had this giant run up. This was from January 11th through January 13th. We had a big spike up. And then, again, this is on the 4-hour time frame. We had several days in a row here where we went sideways. Starting on January 20th, we quickly, in one day, basically, moved up another leg up. And then since then, that's now 3 or 4 days sideways. So when we get to the 1-day time frame, this will even be more obvious. But you can see, so far, this has been the theme recently. A nice run up, some consolidation, a nice run up, and some consolidation. So the question is the next move to the upside? Does this run continue? So if we look at the 1-day time frame, you'll see we're currently up from November 21st. So that is about 2 months ago. We're up almost 50%. We were up a little bit over 50% yesterday, and we've come down just a little bit. So this approximately 50% rally is larger than any rally that we had all year last year in the year 2022. In fact, it's the largest rally we've had since October of 2021, and that was running into the Bitcoin peak in November of 2021. So if this indeed is still just a relief rally, it is the biggest one yet, and I'm not sure that it's over. So I've been saying I think there's a little bit room left to run. You'll see we hit my first price target, which was this purple line at around 22,400, and we hit that actually several days ago in one giant green candle. We have held above that line every single day since. So it's been 5 days that are a little bit sideways and a little bit up. So that's not a normal pattern. However, we did do something very similar to this just in the last run we just took. So you'll see I have one more purple line left. It's at 25,214. So if I zoom out, you'll see that traces back to August 15th, 2022. That was the end of that bull run. That was about a 43% relief rally that we had in July and August of 2022. So since then, we have continued a series of lower lows. This now is a breakout. We did get past this point right here, which was the end of our rally in November, and that was at around 21,400. We then passed this point, which was my first price target, at around 22,400. And now the next price target is just over 25,000 here at the end of this relief rally back in August. So that's where things are going to get very interesting if we can get there. So I am hoping there's still legs left on this rally. This rally is running long. For about a week and a half now, the daily RSI has been in territory where it's almost never goes, that it hasn't been in years. So we're very, very overbought. However, you can stay there for a little while. When a rally gets this type of momentum, I do think there's still one more push to the upside, so I'm still got my sights set on 25,000. However, we're going to find out right here, because if we take a look at the RSI on the one-day time frame, you'll see we broke above this blue line, which had pretty much been resistance around 61 for the last year. We broke above that. We immediately ran way above that. We got all the way up to 90. We're currently at 82, so we've been fluctuating between 80 and 90. So you can see I do think we can still hang around up here on the one day for several more days, if not a week. This has already been almost 2 weeks, so that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for one more big push up to 25,000. Now at 25,000, I am expecting at some point on the daily RSI between 80 and 90 for, potentially a 3 or 4 week period. I am expecting a cool off after that. So I would think that one day RSI needs some time to reset. So I'm anticipating finding resistance at 25,000. Having said that, if we run through 25,000, then there's really a gigantic gap above that, all the way up to almost 29,000. So that's why I do feel like we'll probably get some short-term resistance, maybe reset, and then we can see if we can take a run at those higher numbers. I think it's a little too soon to call this a bull market. So this is a very big rally. It's the biggest rally we've had since Bitcoin peaked. Sooner than later, I do hope to switch and flip into a bull market. I think Bitcoin's going into a bull market in the year 2023, so it's very early in 2023. I've been saying since, late December that the word of the year for 2023 is going to be volatility. We've experienced monumental volatility. I'm going to show you a chart next that shows just how volatile things have been for the Bitcoin miners. I'm not counting my chickens just yet, but I do think we have some room left to run up to 25,000. Okay, I just want to show you this chart real quickly. So I updated this through, you'll see 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the market was not yet closed today when I updated this schedule. So these numbers will vary ever so slightly to the end of the day numbers. But what this is each of the 18 Bitcoin miners that I follow, as well as Bitcoin's performance from January 1st until today, January 26th. So this is less than 1 month of activity. This is just the year 2023. So you're going to see there have been astronomical moves for the Bitcoin miners in this very short window of time, which is why I stress volatility is the word of the year. I told you we'd talk about DigiHost later. Well, here's DigiHost. They're up 397% since January 1st, and that run actually started a few days before January 1st, so they're actually even altogether, they're up more like 450% in the last 1 month. So this is what I'm talking about. I mean, there's stocks that don't see this kind of move over a 5-year period. DigiHost did this in about 3.5 weeks. There's others on this list whose run began in late December, so you're not seeing the entire run here on this list, and I'll point those out when we get to them. But you'll see Gree is up 203%. Marathon is up 154%. Marathon and Riot are just about tied for the largest market cap out of all the Bitcoin miners at this time, and still they're having gigantic runs. Core Scientific's up 150%. About half of that's in the last 2 days. So, yesterday Core Scientific, I think, was up 70-something% in 1 day. Bitfarms is sitting up 143%. BitDigital 137%. Hive at 136%. So I won't read you every one of these, but you can see the majority of these Bitcoin miners are up over 100%. I drew a red line here for the ones that are less than 100%, but But even still, Argo blockchain, their run started a little earlier, so they're up 300 or 400% from the bottom over the course of the last month. It's just that a lot of that happened in the last week of December. So these are the types of run. This is why I'm in this space, and this is why I talk about Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners every day. The Bitcoin miners are a leverage play on Bitcoin, and you can see we had pain almost all year last year. So, congratulations to those of you who stuck with it, stuck with Bitcoin, stuck with the Bitcoin miners, and of course, thanks everybody that stuck with the channel through all those hard times. But now this is the other side of the equation. This is where we get our leverage to the upside. So you can see some of these runs are spectacular. And the good news is, if you're not in yet, you haven't missed the run, because even with these gigantic run ups, most of these stocks are still down between 85 and 95% off of their highs from November of 2021. So yes, you may have missed this rally. However, again, I do think volatility is the word of the year. So I would expect at some point a pullback. I do expect Bitcoin to have a run up, and then the miners, obviously, a run up with them. So again, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. And you can see these miners are extremely volatile. Even after these giant runs, a lot of them are still down over 90%. So know your stock, know your risk tolerance. Even the ones that are, quote, underperforming are still a leveraged play on Bitcoin. They've still done more than double what Bitcoin's done in January of 2023. This gold line right here is Bitcoin. It's up 39% just so far in January. So 2022 was an absolutely awful year for Bitcoin. It was a brutal year. We set new low after new low after new low. And finally here in January of 2023, for the first time, we've set a higher high. You'll see I have 3 of these in blue. These have underperformed. These have not even performed leveraged versus Bitcoin, and they are any CleanSpark and Stronghold. So CleanSpark is a position that I hold. Again, I'm not recommending that you buy that. I'm just letting you know what I'm doing. All in all, a very light day. So we'll definitely see where this goes overnight. And don't forget, tomorrow we will have the live stream after the market closes, and we can discuss what will hopefully be a Green Friday. So everybody's welcome to join us. That's Friday after the market closes. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you then.